Alrighty, folks, 5 more questions. Let's go. So again, we have a simplifying question, but this time dealing with I. The first 2 sets of parentheses have nothing in between, so we're going to multiply. So let's go. 4i times 5 is 20i. 4i times negative 6i is negative 24i squared. 3 times 5 is positive 15. And 3 times negative 6 is negative 18i. I then see that the second set of parentheses has a negative 5, so negative 5 times 9 is negative 45i. Negative 5 times negative 7 is positive 35. Now combine like terms. I have 20i minus 18i, which is 2i, minus 45i. So 2 minus 45 is going to give me a negative 43i. I see 15 plus 35, so that's plus 50. And then I see negative 24i squared. Who doesn't have a like term? But negative 24i squared, you got to remember I squared turns into negative 1. Everything else comes down. So when I have negative 24 times negative 1, that becomes a positive 24. Everything else comes down. So now I got 50 and 24, which make 74. And that should be in front. And then the last thing I should have is minus 43i. Again, I should always be last, and I should not have any powers. So always remember I squared is negative 1, and it should come last. 17, we have a transformation question. We've done these over and over. I would start in the house if I were you. In the house, I see a plus 2, which means the house value or h value is negative 2 because you take it out the house and change the sign. Since h is negative 2, the graph will translate left 2 units. Now, once I leave the house, they're all vertical movements. So now let's do with the first one, which is A, and it's negative 7. The negative reflects the x-axis. And then the 7 is what is causing the vertical stretch. By 7. And lastly, we have K. K is 3, so that's a translate up 3 units. Number 18 wants us to find the exact solutions of the quadratic equation. Before we can find the solutions, we have to move everything to one side. So that means add 6 to itself into 3, subtract 2x from itself and 10x to get 0. You would have 2x squared minus 12x plus 9 equals 0. Remember, when it says exact, that means use quadratic formula, which is x equals opposite b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And then find the discriminant first. The discriminant, again, is always b squared minus 4ac. So let's establish our ABCs. A is 2, B is negative 12, C is 9. So negative 12, 2, 9. Negative 12 squared is 144. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 9 is 72. 144 minus 72, I believe, is 72. Yes. So that goes back under the house. Opposite of B goes outside in front of the plus minus, so that's going to be a positive 12. And again, B is 2. So now we have 12 plus or minus the square root of 72 all over 4. So now we got to find the square root of 72 by hand. So we got to find we got to find the factors. So I know it's even. So 2 times 36 is 72. And then 36 is 6 times 6. We're looking for pairs. So when I put all numbers back under the house, that's 2 times 6 times 6, right? Again, anytime you have a pair, circle that pair, cancel one out, and one moves out in front of the house. So 6 came in front of the house, but 2 stayed in the house. So to take the square root of 72, it's the same thing as 6 square root of 2. Again, leave your answer like this. You're not allowed to use decimals right now. Otherwise, your work is wrong, and that's not an exact answer. So now my last little step I would do is take 12, put it over 4, put your plus minus, then take 6, put it over 4, and your square root of 2 can just be to the side because you're not going to divide that by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. 6 divided by 4 is 3 over 2. And then square root of 2. And leave your answer just like that. And you found the exact solutions. Now we have 19 where we have to do a composite. And again, whichever function is closest to the parentheses is who gets affected first. So G will be affected. And what are we gonna do with G? We're gonna take K and substitute it for every X value. So we're gonna find G of K. So G of K is equal to 2 times K plus 7, which is simply 2K plus 7. No, I cannot combine 2K and 7. This is all I can do with it. So now you're going to take 2K plus 7 and substitute it for X into the F function. Again, we never go back. We always keep going to the left. So now we're going to find F when x is equal to 2k plus 7. So that's 3 times 2k plus 7, and then minus 5. Again, parentheses are your friend whenever you're substituting or replacing things in equations, folks, to prevent mistakes. So that means I got to distribute 3 to 2k and get 6k. I got to distribute 3 to 7 and get 21. Bring down the minus 5. And now I can combine 21 and 5, but I can't do anything else with the 6k other than bring it down. So 21 minus 5 is going to give me 16. So this is my final solution. So this time we didn't get just a number at the end. And you shouldn't get a number at the end if there's variables involved and you don't have like variables. So be careful. One more question. And it's an inverse question. And again, we've done these so many times. And it's almost to the point where it's already y by itself first, but it's not technically there just yet. So we got to turn it into y equals 8x plus 2. Then we switch x and y. Everything else stays in place. Now get y by itself. Subtract 2 on both sides. So x minus 2 equals 8y. Divide by 8. So x minus 2 divided by 8 equals y. Now that y is alone, write it in the correct format, please and thank you. So y inverse of x is equal to x minus 2 over 8. Leave it alone. We are done. And good luck preparing and studying for the rest of your test.